Wilson County Commissioners Court, June 9th, 2014, session this evening.
Our
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
public comment, does anybody have one? The sheet should have been coming in. No? No public comment.
Okay, you want to take bills now? Yes, okay, we're gonna move on down to bills, so Mr. Tom, take off, item 20 bills. Everyone had an opportunity to review their bills. Motion, Commissioner Gomez, Commissioner Morales, all in favor? Have a safe trip. All right, be careful. Okay, just for everybody's information, Miss Eve was expecting an important call, so she gets up, take it, it's not security, everything.
It's not anything you said.
No, nothing with it. Are they certificate of completions? Item 4, bond, Christie Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion, Commissioner Fowler, Commissioner Gomez, all in favor?
All right, fine.
Extension activity report, number 5. Everybody get one?
Yes.
Item 6, public hearing, courthouse annex 1, 2, 3, update, comments, and questions. Anyone in the, have any questions or comments? The asbestos litigation people were here last week, and we also went to Austin last week to meet with Historical Society, the $450,000 grant, and the contracts are ready. We have to get the paperwork to them before we can go ahead and start work, but the contracts won't be in place until we get all the paperwork to them. And $450,000 will be drawn in increments as things get, so, about the contract. Any other questions, comments? Everything seems to be moving along. It doesn't, it's not obvious by looking, but it is.
Excellent.
Item 7, discuss take action on amateur radio week proclamation. Amateur Radio Week proclamation, whereas amateur radio operators are celebrating over a century of miracle of human voice broadcast over the airwaves. And whereas amateur radio has continued to provide a bridge between people, societies, and countries by creating friendships and sharing of ideas. And whereas amateur radio operators have also provided countless hours of community services, both in emergencies and other local organizations throughout these decades. And whereas these amateur services are provided wholly and uncompensated. Whereas the state of Texas also recognizes the service as amateur radio people and also provides to our many emergency response organizations, including the Wilson County Office of Emergency Management, Wilson County Fire and Police Agencies, EMS, and others. Whereas these same individuals have further demonstrated their value in public assistance by providing free radio communications for local festivals, fairs, and other charitable public events. And whereas the county of Wilson recognizes and appreciates the diligence of these hams, who also serve as weather spotters and Skywarn program in the National Weather Service. And whereas amateur radio once again proved to be undisputed relevance in the modern world by providing emergency communications when other systems failed in the devastation of Hurricane Katrina and Rita, the tornado outbreaks in Missouri, Alabama, and Oklahoma, in the USA, and in the tsunami catastrophes overseas. And whereas the ARRL is the leading organization of amateur radio in the U.S., whereas the ARRL Amateur Radio Field Day exercise will take place on June 28th and 29th, and is a 24-hour emergency preparedness exercise and demonstrates the radio amateur skills and readiness to provide self-supporting communication without further infrastructure being required. Now therefore, the Commissioners Court of Wilson County does hereby officially recognize the designate the June 22nd to 28th as Amateur Radio Week in Wilson County. Motion, Commissioner Wiley, second, Commissioner Morales, all in favor?
Aye.
What many people fail to realize today is that all of our modern communication is dependent on towers and satellites. And whenever we have a catastrophe like tornadoes and hurricanes, they're talking about many of those are eliminated. And so this is a very important backup system that we have in place by having these. Are we ready for 8? Go ahead, we don't have time.
8, we
You
did
did it right, you
Friday.
did it right.
We don't need to go over it again.
Right.
For the public, on item 8, we had a special Commissioners Court meeting Friday, and there was 3 bids open, they all was the same. The Rick's Towing had been serving the county for a couple of years and done an excellent job, so we left it the way it was. Item 9, discussion of potential action shall occur regarding contracting for the cleaning and repair of the county attorney's office, which has been flooded for 4 separate occasions. Flooding has caused damage to wall, window seals, flooring, as well as growth of mold, etc., and hazardous to health, which is hazardous to health.
I got Judge. I'm not sure how many of you know, we're not really sure why, but every time we get a decent rain, water floods into the office over there where Carolyn and I are officing. Fortunately, the floors are cement and they're carpet tiles, so Miss Frankie comes in with the shop vac and they pull all the tiles out and lay them along the rail, the carpet tiles, lay them along the rail to dry, and then shop vac the floor. I know that this is temporary housing for us until the courthouse gets back in place. But it is something I would think that the court would want to address for the long-term efficacy of the building.
You have any suggestions?
At this point, Judge, I can't see where the water's coming in, so,
We removed the timbers that was at the windows in case it was backing up from there and after Randy came back in. I suspect it's the windows, but I need someone with more knowledge than myself to look at it. I don't know who that would be, if they have someone. But I think it's the windows, you know, around them.
And I think
Maybe-
that Eugene has mentioned that it may be the windows. He came in with some expanding foam and put foam all around the windows, and it's still happening. I don't know what to do about it. Unfortunately, I'm a lawyer and not a construction person.
And you haven't seen where the water's coming through?
No, sir. I haven't. When it's raining, when we're here, I don't see it coming through the window sills or washing over the window sills, but the window sills are weathered. So if it lends that it may be coming through there, it may be something else.
Any one of y'all know about good at troubleshooting? I mean, like I said, I went over those, I think it's the windows myself, maybe it's need caulked or replaced or whatever, but I don't know. I did, like I said, we had that, there's some timbers around like a flower bed there that, so we removed them in case they was causing a backup. And-
Because there is a spigot that comes down right there, there's the
Gutter.
gutter, and the spout comes down right by my office. And that spout was there with the timbers. So Eugene removed the timbers and Miss Frankie went out, she raked all of the mulch out of the way so that hopefully it would flow away from the building.
That pretty much needs the windows.
Well, contact that guy, the one that did work with, what's his name? Here in this building, Felipe
Mhm.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
He's pretty good on that, so maybe he can tell you where the water's coming from.
But I need the commissioner's
You got it.
permission for expenditure on that too.
That you don't need to okay, I mean, that's just common,
Yeah.
everyday things that we need to take care of. I actually didn't need to be brought to the court, we just need to get somebody to.
Contact him, he's good on that, so.
Well, and Dawn had told me to bring it before the court, so I did.
At least we know about it.
Absolutely.
Do we need to take much motion on it, or,
Don't need, okay, you know,
I mean, I'll move to make a motion.
Yeah.
You contact Felipe Rodriguez and see if we find out what the problem is.
Does the court want me to come back with potential costs on the repairs?
just go ahead and get it repaired, just use common sense. Item 10, discuss and take action on the following bids for 4 tracts of land failed to sell at our tax foreclosure sale. One of them, cause one is, number 08030218, CVW, lot 914, block 6, Highlands Lot, addition 2715 County Road 315, Southern Springs, Texas, account number 07330000600900. Bid received was $3,000, original opening bid was $10,801. Adjudged value is $23,290. Court cost and cost of sale is $793. If the $3,000 is accepted by the tax entity, it would be dispersed as follows. Floresville School District received $1,434.55. Wilson County taxes would be $772.45. Court costs and costs for sale would be $793. Commissioner Morales, you familiar with the property?
Yes, sir.
And do you think this is a good thing?
Yes, sir, I think that is.
Motion, Commissioner Morales, second, Commissioner Wiley, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 2, cause number 03010038, CVW, Lot 48, Section 9, City of Floresville, 934 7th Street, Floresville, Texas, account number 27100004800. Received a bid of $3,000. Original open bid was $12,652. Adjudged value is $21,060. Court cost and cost of sale is $894. If the $3,000 is accepted by all entities, it would be dispersed as follows. Floresville Independent School District be $1,137.24. City of Floresville taxes would be $212.19. Wilson County taxes would be $726.57. Court costs and cost of sale would be $894. That's 201. Motion Commissioner Fowles, second Commissioner Gomez, all in favor? Item 3, cause number 08030170 CVW, .129 acres in S&J Rocha Grant 802 3rd Street, Floresville, Texas, account number 2710230001400. Bids received $1,200. Original opening bids $2,605. Adjudged value $6,200. Court cost and cost of sale $612. If the $1,200 is accepted by all taxing entities, it would be dispersed as follows. Floresville Independent School District $323.40. City of Floresville, Texas, taxes $103.84. Wilson County taxes $155.76. Court cost of sale $612. Motion Commissioner Fowles and Commissioner Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
Cause 4, number 4, cause number 100502550 CVW, Lot 8, Block 10, W.R. Bogus Edition, 508 Wellhausen, Polk, Texas, account number 28556. Received bid $2,500. Original opening bid was $57.45. Adjudged value is $8,250. Court cost and cost of sale is $1,516. If the $2,500 is accepted by the taxing entities, it would be dispersed as follows. Both Independent School District taxes $295.20. City of Polk taxes $157.44. Wilson County taxes $531.36. Court cost and cost of sale $1,516. Motion, Commissioner Fowles, second Commissioner Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
For anybody that's here in the courtroom and then wondering, the lower prices and what the opening bid was, this property didn't sell at the sale, and by accepting the bid, we get it back on the tax roll, otherwise there's no taxes received on it. It continues to build, so that's, and it's an open for anyone that wants to bid on the bid, so do so. Item 11, Patricia Grisecko, condition of County Road 247.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Judge Quinney, Sheriff Tackett, and Commissioners of the Court. I wouldn't have come this morning to waste your time unless I thought this was very serious. I know the condition of the roads with the oil industry and all the things that are going on around us. I've taken steps to contact our commissioner. I've contacted EOG to see if they could help with this issue. We've lived there for 40-plus years on this county road, and when EOG first put their propane refinery past our home, they paved our county road. But as it broke apart, and I would call Commissioner File, hey, we need these repairs and whatever. I understand that there isn't funds through the county that would help repair this. So eventually the road broke apart and it's back to a caliche road. A monitor was set up on the county road for 2 days, and it read 844 vehicles went down in front of our house. And so that's 2 days, that's 422 vehicles approximately a day. And if I could just please show you, and you could look at these pictures, this is what happens when they're on the road, and this is where I'm sitting on my front porch. And that is day and night, because the refinery has to refine the propane, and in front of my house, there's a big oil that they put there to drop the oil, but that doesn't affect us. But also, a saltwater processing thing has now opened before that propane thing, and my husband and I went before the Railroad Commission in Austin, it's Clean Tech LLC, because now they also want to process the oil field sludge at this, saltwater refinery. So we went to testify in Austin, and that result has not come back yet to stop even more traffic coming down our road. I don't know what we can do. I've called, I've tried, I don't know how I can get this addressed. It's full of holes. This year it's only been graded only one time. I don't know what we can do to try to get this resolved. I've tried to do everything I can to, get this done. I know for a fact that there is, like, County Road, where did I write that number down? 331, which is outside of Floresville, and I'm not coming here with sour grapes, but there's a RV there for people that don't live there, but except on the weekends. They have millings put there, and now before their home foundation was pulled, their road is covered with millings. Okay, so I don't understand where a road is where people don't live, they can get millings put on their road, but for some reason, we can't get anything done. So I just come before you today, do you have any further suggestions? Or maybe Mr. File can hear me again and say, what are we gonna do? We can't live like this. Our garden is terrible. Our cattle won't graze on the coastal. I mean, where we cut our hay this weekend, there was more dust from caliche in the hay. And I know that everybody is short on money, and that we're the ones that live there. That's where we put our house. It's not anybody's fault, but I'm just wondering if there's a solution. What can we do to get some help to curb this whole caliche? As you can see in those pictures, it's absolutely horrible. I built a really nice place to have gatherings. We can't even sit out there with company because I'm telling you, this is day and night. And we have a real strong south wind that blows onto our home, so what can we do? I just came this morning to say, can I get some kind of help, or what can be done, or is there a solution? Or do we just live this way? That's all I have to say. Thank you.
I will say, Mr. Deckler, that road is one of the first roads up, as soon as we get the grant money. As soon as the lawsuit is resolved, 247 is the second road to be totally repaired. But again, it's tied up in the state lawsuit. Until that gets resolved, we don't get no money. And I can assure you, I'm not gonna spend no money on that road now because we don't get no money back.
What he's speaking about, the legislature put $200 and some $1 million into the fund for counties to draw on. And we had to make an application to the designated area in the zone of this Eagle Ford. And as you said, yours road was the designated road, a designated road. But LaSalle County filed a lawsuit claiming that other counties got preferential treatment and everything, so things are tied up to some degree, and we're moving forward with it.
Everything is ready, all the paperwork.
It's moving forward, and it may actually even come to pass before that lawsuit is settled, but that's the situation as it is right now. It's in the process.
But I mean, in the meantime, we can't have it watered, or we can't
Well,
have
that's been
millings,
used.
or we can't have anything?
Your husband knows, what if anybody, water don't last. With this hot weather and wind blowing, 5 minutes it's gone. And I got 300 miles of dirt road, it's hard to water them all. I can't do it. There's no way. Anybody can do it. I mean, we can try to contact EOG and see if they can help some.
But we've asked you to do that before, and you said you can't
I
make
contacted
them do
them.
anything.
I mean, if I can't make them do it,
I know.
you know. I mean, I got problems on 216, I got problems on 215, I got problems on 217, 213. It's all field related.
Yes, sir. And I didn't come here this
No, I
morning to
understand.
argue or, but one
But
other
it's-
issue is the fact, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but like, a small tiny pothole can come out in Bentwood and there's a whole crew working there forever, but I mean, that road's paved and just because a lot of people live there, that can happen. I've also contacted the sheriff's office that maybe every once in a while they could come through. The 30-mile-an-hour signs have already been stolen and replaced again because the trucks just feel like there is no law there. In the sheriff's office, and I understand there's a lot of accidents and everything, but their comment was they don't have time to piddle with little things like that. So I'm just saying, it just doesn't seem like, and I understand what Judge Quinney's saying, I'll be patient, I'll wait, but in the meantime, we're on the very end of that Wilson County over there, and it seems like we can't even get anything done. Thank you for your time, thank you.
Item 12, discuss and take action on mass gathering permit, 9th annual K-Town Yeti Fest barbecue cook-off. Have we got, has that been processed?
You got the,
I don't have it.
I think that's it.
copy.
It's got two permit numbers, 07 and 06 on the side.
Maybe I don't have one. Ready? Sure, you get an opportunity to review it, right? Motion on Commissioner Fowles, Commissioner Morales, all in favor? On item 13, discuss and take action on mass gathering permit, 4th annual Kicking for a Cure. Everybody familiar, motion, Commissioner Fowles, second, Commissioner Gomez, all in favor?
And we those signs for that, bill, you know, if we put up out there, we need to get them to fill out some paperwork.
You pass it down to the sheriff.
What is it? They need, I need a request,
July 19th or something like that?
yeah, I'll get with you after court.
Okay.
Item 14, Jan Hartle, Wilson County Treasurer, to discuss and approve allowing Sylvia L. Parrott, Deputy Treasurer, to be added to the bank as authorized check signer.
I need it to be in the minutes that it was voted upon, so
Okay.
that's.
Commissioner Gomez, Commissioner Powell, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 15, discussion and potential action shall occur regarding Wilson County entering the agreement for temporary use of unused public space with Community Council in South Central Texas Incorporated. Community Council will use one room of Annex 3 as the Emergency Utility Administrative Office from January 1, 2014 to December 31, 2014.
This is, if I may say, similar to the community now lease,
Mhm.
that, they're not paying rent to us because they're a nonprofit agency, but they're paying their share of utilities, all of that. This is the entity that helps low-income people with utilities.
Motion. Mr. Gomez, second. Mr. Wiley, also. Item 16, Leanne Hocak, DMC. Item 1, utility permit.
We'll do A and B together. I think we could do A and B together.
A and B, permit 494 and 495, and on Morning Glory Lane and Wood Valley Drive, and precinct 4, motion, Commissioner, Wiley, second Commissioner Morales, all in favor? Item C, Southern Spring Water Supply, precinct 3, County Road 360, review and approve, Commissioner Morales, second Commissioner Wiley, all in favor? Okay, can we take the next three together?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Permit 497, 498, and 499, DE&L, Three Oaks Water Supply Corporation, Precinct 2, County Road 201, 208, and 210. Motion Commissioner Biles, second Commissioner Gomez, all in favor? Item 2, temporary water lines, A, EOG Resources, Precinct 2, County Road 215. That's information. Information only. Item number 3, non-standard plat variance. Item A, Wood Valley Acres subdivision, lot 155, Mabry, discuss and take action.
This is a lot in Wood Valley Acres subdivision owned by an individual. They want to split the lot in half. It came before the committee last week, was given a favorable recommendation. Their HOA did not see an issue with it, so.
Motion Commissioner Wiley, second Commissioner Fowle, all in favor? Item B would be County Road 338, 615 Story, discuss and take action.
This one came before the committee as well last week, was given a favorable recommendation. The individuals are splitting the 6-acre tract into 2 tracts. One of them is going to a family member, the other one wasn't, so they had to do a non-standard plat. They've met all the road frontage requirements.
Motion Commissioner Morales, second Commissioner Fowle, all in favor? Item C, County Road 128, 3323, Alvarez.
Okay, this one came before the committee as well last week, was given a favorable recommendation. This is a piece of property that the parents want to divide up between the kids. They were not able to claim the family exemption because it was for more than 4, so they had to request a variance. Plus, they did not have road frontage. They were accessing their property through the old railroad right-of-way, but there was a judgment that was rendered years ago, and the railroad, whoever the railroad company was at the time, they do have a easement from the railroad company per that judgment. And so this request was approved contingent upon that judgment easement. And, I'm sorry?
We want to survey that.
Yes, they were gonna have to survey that easement and survey out the lots. And, they are taking one tract, and it is going to be their access to all the other tracts that are being created, and that particular tract is going to share undivided interest amongst all the owners of the tract. And it will be, named a private road. They're gonna have to go through and name it as a
So the
private
motion will be contingent on them complying with the survey and all from the railroad, is that correct?
road. Yes.
Motion, Commissioner Gomez, Commissioner Wiley, all in favor? Item D, State Highway 97 West, 4348, Martin Rock.
This one was given a favorable recommendation last week. It's a long, narrow strip of property that an individual selling to an adjoining landowner. It did not have road frontage, that's why they had to come before the committee. It was given a favorable recommendation contingent upon that tract not being sold on its own. It would have to be sold in conjunction with the future owner's property.
Motion Commissioner Fowle, second Commissioner Morales, all in favor? Item 4, RV Park, Black Canyon LLC, discuss and take action.
This is an RV park that is on 97 west of Floresville. Was given a favorable recommendation by the committee. They're going to be serviced by 3 Oaks Water Phelps, and it is 30 RV spaces.
Where's that at?
Next to Promised Land, the old Promised Land.
On Promise or in the side of Promise Land?
Yeah, to Gary Ward.
Oh, the one that we were talking about.
This just a review, don't need signature.
Just to take action to approve it, the RV parks, they don't get signed off on, actually like a flat does. They just get made a part of Commissioner's Court minutes.
It's only doing 30?
30 RVs, 30 RV slots.
Where's that at?
Next to Promised Land, we'll keep it next to that.
Commissioner Cummings, second Commissioner Fowle, all in favor? I'm sure most everyone in the courtroom understands, but we have a review committee that reviews all these things, and the reason for it is for orderly growth in the future. If we don't, we want to be as cooperative with everyone that wants to do something positive out there as we can. But sometimes if you don't have them reviewed and stuff, you'll end up with court actions and things because of inadequate access to places and utilities and so forth, so like that. But we really do try hard to accommodate everybody that doesn't create a problem for the future. Item 17, minutes.
We had two.
Everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes. Motion, Commissioner Wiley, Commissioner Brown, all in favor? Item 18, financial report.
Yes, Commissioner's Court, Judge. No financial report.
No financial report? Item 19, payroll and personnel changes.
Christy Gonzalez was hired 6/2/2014. It was actually a transfer to Department 280 for $1,920.84 a month, county attorney to the district clerk as a clerk. Jimmy McCoy was hired 6/2/2014, Department 180, $12 an hour, part-time road hand on road bridge number 4. Gary Laughlin Jr. Got a transfer on 6/2/2014 from deputy to investigator, Department 501, $3,142 a month. Leslie Garza received a transfer on 6/2/2014, Department 420, $2,250 a month from secretary to the warrant clerk. Josh Johnson, 6/4/2014, transfer from correction officer to deputy, Department 501, $2,750 a month. And Candace Myrick was hired 5/16/2014, Department 700, $25 an hour, part-time librarian in Stockville.
Comments, questions? Motion, Commissioner Wiley, Commissioner Fowle, all in favor? 20, Bill? Oh, we did that already. 21, we adjourn.
You guys have a safe trip.
Yes, sir. Anything you want to do?
Or no.
have your